So by and large, our young people are born into public institutions. They're born into a public hospital, or they're born having to utilize public insurance. Then they reside in public housing or transient housing. Then they go into the public education system. So everything that they know or everything that has touched them, whether directly or indirectly, is driven by public administration. And so it's important for us to identify the laws and policies that drive that environment. And so when we look at laws and policies that impact youth, everything from education to health to housing, all of those things have to be looked at. We have to look at it through the lens of youth, right? We have to say, is this law on Medicaid, the reauthorization of Medicaid, what impact is this going to have on youth, right? And so we look at that through the social determinants of health. Well, how are these determinants of health being identified? Up until now, these determinants of health did not include community-based organizations. And so it's through our work in partnership with the Arthur Ashe Institute through SUNY Downstate that we've identified that you should have a voice in determining or identifying what the social determinants of health are. It's beyond obesity and asthma. It also has to include mental health. It has to include how a child is reared, how a young person is or isn't supported mentally and emotionally. And so the legislative part is that pillar that allows us to refer back to when things go wrong, but also it's a platform that we can leap from if things are right. If we're saying that we value through legislation, that we value teacher diversity, for example, right, is that we say we legislate that charter schools that open up in New York City or New York State have to have a representation, a certain level, let's say 80% of their teachers have to be Black and brown or be representative of the community in which they're housed in, located in. If we say that, right, we're demanding that there be more Black and brown teachers. And we're saying that because there's studies, it's a fact that shows students are more likely to achieve, our students, Black and brown, underperforming students are more likely to achieve on a higher academic level if they have more Black and brown teachers. If we legislate that, we're protecting that environment, right? Now we're giving those young people a school environment that nurtures their learning, that fosters their growth. And so it can't be overstated, the impact of legislation.